What's up, my Siggers? I've got these new blasters ready to roll. I want to talk about them, go through some of your comments, and let's talk about what's planned with these Sig pistols. Now, I think I surprised a few of you, maybe not too many, by adding in this 226 into the mix. This is the 226 Legion. I incorrectly yesterday identified it as the X5. It's not, and that's one of the problems when I get on Team Sig. Their product catalog is so complicated. It's going to be hard to actually understand what the hell's happening because they have so many different models of everything, it seems like. But that's okay. I can solve that when I get to it. Anyway, here's the new guy, the 226 Legion. Let's go through the comments on this pistol. You can see I've direct mounted for the direct mount boys, the Vortex Defender XL on here. It's the 5 MOA red dot. It's a good one. It's been good for me so far, good for other people. Nice quality, all that stuff. I feel like what this is, if it's lacking anything, it's options, but it's been working out pretty well. Let's go through the comments on the 226 because had a nice experience mounting the red dot on this thing. I don't have any modifications planned. I might lighten the trigger. I might do something to it, but I kind of want to just shoot it as it sits. Let's go through your comments on the 226. Mr. Cohen over at Sig using only the finest quality Indian-made MIM parts in a remake of the 226 is peak 2024. Hope you enjoy the blaster, Ben, but I don't trust Sig as far as I can throw them. Okay, well, you may be right. I don't know. Sig's real tagline on the 226 should be the 226. It designed so good, even Ron Cohen couldn't fuck it up. Like, man, you guys are savages in the comments. All right, when you finally make the team and get the hookup, you should have a jersey made with the Sigler on the back. That's not a bad idea. Or my Sigga. For American Hobo, shout out. That's a good one. Sold. Ben Steger says, buy Sig, heading to the gun shop now. Okay, good. I would hate Siggers a lot less if they all raved about the 226 instead of the 320. Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way. The 226, it's interesting handling it right now. I've shot these guns a fair bit. You guys have not seen it on the internet, but it's not like this is the first Sig I've played around with. But holding it now in 2024, it's like a gun out of a time warp, right? It's all metal, mechanical decocker, double single even. It doesn't really feel dated to me, but it does feel old, if that makes sense. I like it, but it's kind of the way things used to be done, in a way. So I like the ergonomics of it. I like the look of it. In the past, the function has been excellent. So it is a Sig that people don't hate. That's true. That's definitely true. Okay, the 226 was the gun I learned with. I carry the 229 Legion when my clothing can conceal it for all the reasons Ben listed. Yeah, I mean, I was actually at the store looking at this pistol. I like the 226, the full size, but I could just get a 229. The 229 is, really not a whole lot different. And obviously, in terms of function, it's just, a little shorter. Anyway, I decided to get the 226. It's just more fun. All right. Ben is at it hard with the videos today. You're a true gentleman. Thank you. Past couple of days, multiple uploads a day, putting in the work. It's not that much work, guys. It's not that much work. I just want you to have a good time. All right, the 226 and 229 might not currently be the Sig's best-selling guns, but they're still the best ones they make right now, and the modern ones still hold their own in terms of shooting experience. Okay. Staccato boys are seething, they say. Maybe, that could be. Go hard, Big Ben. By the way, that isn't a 226 X5 Legion. The X5 Legion is a single-action only comp variant of the old German 226 STAS. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean. I'm looking, I don't know which one's which. I did not want the single-action one. Because then I have to contend with the safety being right for me. One nice thing about the decocker is, whatever you want to say about its ergonomics here, when I've shot, some of the times I've shot this, where the rules are hey, before you walk, before you talk, got to decock the pistol, and that's how the guys are trained. So if they're like in a shoot house or something, they'll shoot a couple of targets. Okay, done shooting. It's decock right away. The nice thing about that is you aren't really on the clock for the decock part. It's like a little bit done at your own pace, and then you carry on with what you're doing. Now, if you have a single action only where the thumb safety is getting flipped up and down, it kind of has to fit you. So that's why I didn't even look at the single action ones. Like I don't want to dick with the safety. I want to go back to the double single. All right, Ben's trolling is getting stronger by the day. It's delicious. Thank you, sir. I feel like the trolling is delicious. Now, this was a nice experience with this pistol. Take the optic plate off. It was mounted with 2 screws on the top. Take the plate off. Screw the optic on with my torque wrench, my Loctite, all that good stuff. Torqued it to the correct inch pounds. And that was a nice experience. Now, the Sig 320 X5. This is the Legion. See, now I'm not doubting myself. Is this the Legion X5 or just the Sig 320 X5? Who gives a fuck? That's really what it's coming down to. Anyway, the experience was different on this pistol. It had a similar design optic plate, like covering up the mounting point for the optic, but the mounting plate was secured from inside of the slide. So actually, I had to field strip the pistol. Take the firing pin out, take the extractor out, and then unscrew the optic plate and then screw the optic on. It's kind of weird. It's designed that way, to be honest. I think it was a cosmetic thing that they didn't want the screws on top, but it's like, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. All right. Aside from that, we've got the same Vortex Defender XL mounted up on this. Let's take some of your comments. Oh, you can see, got the Henning pads on here, the Henning pads on the 320 mags. It's a very nice looking setup, I think, so far. Now, as time marches on, I do have the Sig Armorer disconnector upgrade that's already here that I'm going to install. I have a couple of trigger options to install. I really am leaning towards the agency arm shoe because it adds the trigger safety dingus. I've shot that setup before. It should be good. Let me know in the comments you think I should put in a KKM barrel or not. That way I would have a chamber that is cut so the round goes all the way in it and supports it and doesn't blow me up, which sounds good to me. But I'm going to shoot it for a while just as is. We'll see how that goes. Should be okay, but I'll put in the I'm thinking about putting in the barrel as well. So add trigger safety dingus, change the disco, change the barrel, and then I would feel pretty safe with the gun. I think it's actually the ones that I've shot set up that way. I think are actually quite good. Okay, let's keep going. I hated Sig 10 years before it was cool. That's amazing. So it's always good to be a trendsetter. All right, who doesn't like Ben? I bet they also hate butterflies and kittens too. They're just wrong. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. All right, I love you, Ben, in a football kind of way. I like you because you are you and don't give a shit about anyone else thinks. So that's good. All right, looking for humble marksman money. Let me hear your terrible dad jokes. But is it parental abuse, child neglect, or bad parenting to raise your child with those up for sale ethics? Oh, yeah, like humble marksman's a shitbag, of course. As you practice in the mirror saying, Sig gives me awards, cash, and free products, but has no effect on my honest review. Yeah, there you go. I mean, people can shit on the products and marketing all they want, but saying Ben would be the first good shooter on Team Sig when Max, Mason, Dan, and Lena exist on the team is just downright smooth brain. Yeah, it is. And hell, like Phil Strader works over at Sig as well, and he can shoot like crazy. No, they've got good shooters at Sig for sure. I'm not sure that Sig listens to the shooters, but they have them. All right. Don't worry about that X5 Legion not going into the battery when dirty. I didn't clean mine for probably 6,000 rounds on purpose to prove a point to a buddy of mine. It cycled perfectly fine with dirty ammo and even did a few matches with it all crusty and dirty. Yeah. Listen, guys, stop. Let me just tell you something. Let's say you've got your pistol, you shoot a couple hundred rounds through it. Okay, put it away. A couple weeks later, you shoot a couple hundred rounds through and it stovepipes. And somebody's like, you should have cleaned it. You didn't clean your pistol. It's going to jam on you. It's like, no, dude. It should work like that. Probably it being a little bit dirty had nothing to do with that. People that don't shoot a lot think the gun being dirty is a huge deal. It's typically not a huge deal. It just isn't. All right, would you consider putting one of the Sig Romeos on it? I would consider it, but I have these dots that are perfectly good right here, and the Sig stuff is just kind of expensive for no more function. All right. Do not forget, this is all in caps, do not forget Sig screw thread pitch for direct optic to slide mounting of SRO or 507C is 640, not the industry standard 632. So you need to order a few sets of extra screws to mount the optic directly to the slide. Fuck up the slide thread pitch and Sig won't warranty the slide. No, I use thread stuff, man. Don't worry. It's all good. It's all good, dog. Anything else? I don't see why people wouldn't like you, Ben. You seem such a genuine guy in your videos. That's why they don't like me, dude. Okay, yes, and he replies, it's because he's genuine. He's not afraid to call out powerful people and organizations which make those people, and thus their orgs, dislike him. Yeah, I mean, really, I'm in a pretty good position, like, where I don't want a job at any of these places anyway. It doesn't matter to me. It wouldn't make my life better, so I can just talk about it the way you guys would talk about any of these products. You know what I mean? Like, I'm free like you're free. Like, no one cares what you say about these guns, and like for me, it just doesn't matter what I say. Let's take this one. I want the 320 to be good. I think it's a nice shooting striker fire. I want it to be good too. Like when I hold this one, like this gun feels, like I said, it doesn't feel outdated, but it does feel old. The metal frame, the mechanical decocker, all that. This gun feels like very handy. Like the plastic frame, it feels really well balanced. It feels racy when you hold it in the hand. The only issues I have with it is like this is kind of goofy. I would like it to go into battery. There we go. I like pistols that go into battery, preferably. I like triggers that, it's like, this one's super, it's not super light, but it's light, which is fine, but it's kind of mushy. It does feel good in other ways, though. Anyway, okay, I don't know what your context in relation to matches, number of what type, etc., but folks have stage losing issues with every pistol out there, in my experience. Yes, that's true. See, and this is why you can't be too dogmatic about the pistols. There are people that are making this work for them really, really well. One way or the other, they're making this system work for them really well. And there's people that buy these and can't get anything done with them, or terrible. It's like, it's going to come down to the shooter and them learning the equipment and, training with it. All right. But folks have stage losing issues with every pistol out there. Yes, I'd say the X5 series P320s are among the least malfunctioning pistols. That being said, 99% of issues it matches with all pistols are the result of modifications or ammo. Most stock pistol shooting factory ammo suitable to the stock springs just run until some OEM parts reach their lifespan, which varies on every platform. I don't agree with every part of that as far as 99% of the issues. But yeah, see, this is the thing with competitive shooters is they don't shoot anything stock, pretty much. Like, they modify everything, and as soon as people start doing that, the reliability is going to go way down. It's just the way it is. With dealing with competition shooters, it does become hard to suss out, like, hey, is there a problem with this system you're using, or is there a problem with you? Because people are going to take everything. Like, any type of pistol, they'll make it not work. And again, they will do the reverse. They will take anything you can imagine and also make it work. So it's like the platform itself, it's kind of difficult to assess sometimes if you're at a match, like watching people have issues, like what is the issue really and what is causing it. All right. I'm waiting for the day Ben puts out a video saying switching to high point, pulls out a money print 10mm high point to troll all the trolls. April 1st, maybe. I might do that. As it sits now, so you guys got the plan. I plan to shoot this one as it sits, maybe modify the trigger. This one I plan to shoot. I've got a nice new belt, new holster for it. I'm going to use my old 226 rig for this, but this I won't use my old 320 rig. I got a new rig. It's all set up, or it's being finished off as we speak. I'm going to shoot both the guns, shoot them like crazy. I don't know for how long, but for a while. And we'll see what comes up. I plan to come back with like more in-depth reviews, more content, drill supercut videos, of course. And yeah, we'll see what all happens. I'm excited about it. Welcome to Team Sig, Ben.